Sup, you guys? ASD Classified here, and I saw the premiere of Power Rangers Super Megaforce. Woo! Let's talk about that episode, huh? Yeah. So in this premiere, the alien armada is still running amok. You know, all the spaceships are still attacking the planet, destroying all the cities and whatnot. And then you have the foot soldiers, the X-Borgs. They're still running amok, you know. So the situation is still dire, you know. And then, you know, we're introduced to our main villains for this season. You know, there's the Prince. I think his name is Prince Vecker, but they didn't say his full name in this episode, so the Prince. And then there was this guy named Argus, I think. He was the metal robot dude. And then there's Laveria, who's the woman villain of this season, and she apparently is also an evil genius who builds all the evil weapons. And there's also this gold guy named Dahmer. So yeah, those are our villains this season, and from what I saw of them, you know, I like them, you know. I mean, they actually have decent voices. I mean, none of them are really standout voices to me, but, you know, I like them. I can deal with them, you know. And I liked the Prince in this episode from what I saw of him, you know. He's a take charge, give orders kind of guy. He doesn't seem to be an idiot like his Japanese counterpart, but, you know, time will tell on that. So, meanwhile, the Rangers have apparently split up to fight, you know, the alien invasion. You know, we saw Noah in the high school fighting some X-Borgs. We saw Emma in the mall fighting some X-Borgs to save Ernie, you know. And, yeah. So the Rangers, they're really struggling to fight this threat. And, have any of them thought to use their Zords? Like, there are giant spaceships blowing up the planet right now. Did they call their Zords at any point? They thought that it would be better to split up and fight on foot? Really? Really? These Rangers are idiots. Anyway, so they eventually all end up back at Gosei's command center, base, whatever. So they all end up there and they take off their helmets and they're all sweaty and dirty and shit like, oh, we've been fighting out there. Oh, Lord, it's just so much. How can we possibly win? Maybe, just maybe, if you called on the million Zords that Gosei gave you, you might have a chance. I'm just putting that out there, you know. So yeah, we're back at the base, and then Gosei says, the world has never seen an invasion like this. As soon as he said that, I swear, it was just Kill Bill music in my head. Just, how dare you? Like, how dare you? This is the 21st anniversary season. Like, you're pulling all of these continuity nods. You have them turning into the past Ranger teams from like all these years, 21 years, you guys. But you keep blatantly ignoring Countdown to Destruction. Like, really? What? How? We've had alien invasion like this before. We've had it, okay? This alien invasion is still a big thing. It's still very important, but it happened before, okay? Why do they keep ignoring this? Oh man. Moving right along. So Gosei, you know, he's like, so this armada is a very serious threat, la da da, but you Rangers, I believe you'll pull through because of your fighting spirit. Now let me give you these new morphers in this super mega mode that I've had this entire time, but I'm just gonna give it to you now because, yeah. So take these powers and these keys and you can access legendary mode and, oh man, just, oh, really? Gosei, you're really pulling these new powers out of your ass. You're really doing this. Wow. You know why this bothers me so much? It's just because it's too easy. It's so easy for the good guys to win here. Like, oh, there's this huge threat. Oh, don't worry about it. I got new powers. It's fine. Like, really, don't even worry about it. It's like the cliffhanger really meant nothing because Gosei, he had them all along. He had their backs the entire time. Like, nah, I got new powers. It's fine. It's cool. You don't even need to worry about this. You didn't even have to be fighting out there getting all dirty and sweaty this whole time. I had these new powers. I could have been called you back here. So, wow. Wow. It's if in season 3, Lord Zed and Rita destroyed the Rangers' power coins, and the Rangers go back to the command center and like, oh no, Zordon, our power coins are gone. And Zordon's like, don't even worry about it, I got you. Zeo crystals, here you go. Like, that's what this is. It's like no Zeo quest, no dangerous, mission to get your new powers. No, I got you. It's like if Ninja Quest part, like the Ninja Quest 4-parter, it's like if that was just a 1-parter, like, oh yeah, your Thunderzords are destroyed, okay, well, here are your new Ninjazords, You don't have to go on a dangerous quest into the desert of despair for powers that may or may not exist, building up the drama. No, we don't have time for that. Just, here's your new powers. That's what this is. And I hate that people are comparing this to when Zordon gave the Rangers the Thunderzords. First of all, that was back in 1994. Power Rangers has come a long way. Second of all, that episode wasn't resolved in one ep, okay? The Mutiny was a 3-parter. It took them 3 episodes to get those Thunderzords up and working. Lord Zed didn't just come in and like, oh yeah, here's the Thunderzords. You can beat them in like 1 episode. So I guess Lord Zed wasn't that big of a threat after all. No, it took them 3 episodes. They built up the drama, Oh, and don't compare it to the Megavoyager Eater. Like, come on now. We don't know when Zordon made the Megavoyager and when he hit it on one of Jupiter's moons, I always believed that he made it during his time on Eltar when he left for Eltar and Turbo. Like, we already know he was working on stuff because he made the Robot Rangers during that time. So he could have also made those Zords then. I mean, I don't act like he always had them since Mighty Morphin, We can make up our own stuff here. Here, the show is telling you Gosei had these powers the entire time. And the Rangers are not even questioning this. Like, if I was a Ranger, this would be my first question. How come we didn't get these powers from the start? I mean, even though they really just have 1,000,000 powers as it is. Like, seriously, they are the most overpowered Ranger team of all time. The Megaforce Rangers have no excuse to lose. None. If they lose, they are just worthless. Like, man, come on. But really, back to these powers that Gosei has been sitting on this whole time. So, if I was writing the show, how I would have fixed this, there was a fan theory that, the 6th Ranger that's going to come in this year, spoilers, there was a theory that when he was going to show up in this episode and give, the Rangers this super mega mode and stuff, it wasn't that Gosei had them the whole time. It was this mysterious Ranger. He was going to come in and give them these powers. That would have made more sense if you still wanted to make this premiere just a 1-parter, just have like this random person come in and give them these powers, and then you can explain where he got them from a little later, Anyway, so the Rangers, they got the new super mega mode, and they go back out to fight, the X-Borgs and this new monster. Apparently all the alien ships have just disappeared. So yeah, they're just fighting this monster and the foot soldiers in their new super mega mode, and the action was awesome. Sentai footage with the action, it kicked ass, of course. And then they started turning into the past Ranger team. So at first they turned into Samurai. I'm like, alright, that was the previous season, cool, whatever. But then they turned into Mystic Force, and that kind of got me. That kind of hit me with the nostalgia, because Samurai wasn't that long ago. But Mystic Force, that's been a while now. And I actually like Mystic Force, so that hit me there. And they did the morph call too, like Magical Source, Mystic Force. I'm like, yes, man. If they had used one of Mystic Force's spells in their attack, I would have just, I would have just flew through the roof if they did that. Like, when they attacked the foot soldiers, if they had said, Phoenicio, man, I would have been gone. So after that, they turned back into their super mega mode, and then they defeated the first monster with the, what is it called? They defeated it with their super mega sabers. Yeah, they defeated it, but the attack is called a Final Strike, right? And I actually like that attack, I can ignore the stupid name for the sword, but Final Strike is okay. And the music they played in the background during the attack, like, I love that music. I think it's the same music they played during the Megaforce roll call, the venom of a snake, that stuff. I love that music. So it just made the attack just awesome to me. So yeah, the Rangers defeated the first monster. The Prince was not happy about this, so he sent down another monster to fight them. So yeah, action, action, action is what this episode was about. So yeah, the Rangers go back to fight. Then I think they transform into Power Rangers SPD. And then after that, they transform into Ninja Storm, man. Love me some Ninja Storm. And then they did the Ninja Shadow Battle. If only they had called it the Ninja Shadow Battle though. Like, if they had called it that, would have flew through the roof. But no, they just, turned into Ninja Storm and then they did the attack. But yeah. And then after that, I think they did the legendary Red Ranger mode, where they turned into all the least favorite Red Rangers in the fandom. But whatever, you know, they're legendary, they're old school, so yeah. And then they defeated that monster with that transformation. And I love that monster's line when he died the first time. He's like, well, at least I got beat by 5 Ranger teams. Alright, sir. You can tell them that at the Monster Shadow World. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, the monster blew up, and then back at the villain's lair, Latveria was like, ugh, can't believe this crap. So she started pulling out this new device she had been working on, this Maximizer, which can, you know, make the monsters giant size, and I guess revive them as well. She was like, we don't need zombies anymore. So yeah. I'm kind of disappointed by this, to be honest. I mean, okay, the Maximizer is pretty much the saddle lasers from Power Rangers in Space. In fact, when I was watching Gokaiger, I used to just call it the saddle lasers. And I was hoping that they would call it the saddle lasers here, but no, Maximizer. Like they come up with something new or something. Whatever. Okay, so the monsters, they're giant size, and then Gosei contacts the Rangers. He's like, Rangers, you have new Zords. Of course they do. So, he gives them the sky ship. And I'm just sitting here like, didn't you already give them a damn spaceship? What happened to the Gosei command ship that they made a big deal about? Oh, the Gosei command ship, it's a part of the command center. Ooh! Yeah, just give them a new sky ship, because they really fucking needed that, right? Gosei is like this rich parent who just overly indulges his children, just spoils them to death, man. That's what Gosei is. So yeah, they got the new sky ship, and then that turned into the legendary Megazord, something like that, whatever, legendary Megazord, right? So it was at this point, when they were at the Megazord fight, that I'm looking at this footage, and I'm like, you know, this is a pirate ship. And then I'm like, you know, this whole thing is pirate themed. You know, you're seeing the pirate symbol and everything. It's like, so are they gonna acknowledge the fact that this is a pirate theme? I mean, I hope they do. Like, they're just gonna turn into a Super Mega Mode and not acknowledge that, really? Okay, whatever. So yeah. So they defeat the monster in the legendary Megazord. Action was on point still. So yeah, Rangers saved the day. And at the end, I think they were rebuilding the high school because it was damaged in the alien attack. And yeah, school was apparently still on. Yeah, because after an alien invasion, I know my ass would be right back at school. What? Are you kidding me? I would not be back at school. If I had kids, they would definitely not be back in school. Like, what? I really hated the ending to this episode, and they had this big old speech from Mr. Burley talking about the human spirit or some shit. You could have kept all of that. And all the Rangers are in class listening to this stupid speech, except for Troy. Apparently, he has permission to play hooky from school, so he can be at the beach and be all emo about Robo Knight being missing. Yeah, because Troy really cares that Robo Knight is gone and he's looking for him and stuff. I don't know why, but I really hate Robo Knight. Y'all know that if you've been watching me. I can't stand that damn robot. So, yeah, I don't care. So, yeah, that's how the episode ended. Troy being emo and stuff. So, yeah, that was the Super Megaforce premiere. And, I'm conflicted about this episode. Like, it was equal in good parts and bad parts. So, I don't really know what to say. I mean, I liked all the, you know, legendary Ranger modes and stuff, like them turning into the past teams. That was awesome and hit me with the nostalgia stuff, you know. But, you know, the story behind them getting these new powers, like, no, it's just weak. I don't know. I just didn't like that. I mean, I liked the villains, but then, you know, they had a bunch of stupid dialogue in this episode, and then the stupid speech at the end of the episode. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot of good and bad in this episode, and it's just not what I wanted for my anniversary season. Like, I've been saying that for how many times, so I sound like a broken record with that, but this is just not what I was looking for. And yeah, so I don't know what to give it. I mean, I feel like giving it a 3 is just too high. I mean, it feels more like a 2, but then it feels like giving it a 2 is too low. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to give it a 2.5. I try to stay away from that point 0.5 stuff. So I don't know. I guess it gets a 3, but yeah, I mean, it was still weak. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it has a lot of enjoyable moments in this premiere. It's just not what I wanted. So, you know, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. You know, it's passable enough. And if I don't think about it, you know, yeah, it's entertaining. But yeah, I don't know why having good writing and good storytelling is asking for too much in Power Rangers, but whatever, man. All right. So, yeah, 3.5. It was okay. You know, new villains are cool. So, for those who are watching, what did you think about the premiere of Super Megaforce? Did you think it was a super mega win? Oh my god. Okay. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay? Just let me know in a comment if you would be so kind. I bet you I'm gonna get a slew of, oh, it was amazing. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Let me know. Alright. Jam out the later, you guys.